Hello everyone, welcome to Jenkins News Network, and I'm your anchor, Angelina Despacito. Time period is 1846 to 1847, and the major events are the Mexican War, Wilmot Proviso, and the congressional elections. Mexican-American War. On May 13, 1846, the United States Congress declared war on Mexico after a request from President James K. Polk. We tried to buy Texas, which was called Mexican California. Mexico seemed insulted by. All of this had been an insult to Mexico, so since Mexico wouldn't sell Polk, decided to go to war with Mexico. Wilmot Proviso. On August 8, 1846, Wilmot made a proposition that would divide Congress. Wilmot proposed that slavery or involuntary servitude would not exist in the lands won in the Mexican-American War. President Polk's alternative to the Wilmot Proviso was to fall back on the Missouri Compromise that would go west to the Pacific Ocean. Congressional elections. In 1846 and 1847 were elections in which Democratic Party gained 4 seats in the United States Senate. As the Senate elections were chosen by the state legislators and up until the 17th Amendment. Now to Bridget Gollum, our reporter on the scene of the Mexican-American War.
Thank you, Angelina. Good afternoon, class. Breaking news. The story of today is about the territory of Texas. Currently, the people of this territory and the Mexicans are fighting over this land. Each side has a different idea of where the land is split. The land is currently split by the Rio Grande and the Nueces River. Not too long ago, Mexican troops crossed the river and killed several hundred men under the command of Zachary Taylor, which he defeated in the battles of Palo Alto and Resca de la Palma. The U.S. has officially declared war on Mexico as of Friday under President Polk. He has yet to release a statement to our officials. A few days ago, U.S. General Winfield Scott took over the city of Vista Cruz. The last word of his whereabouts is under wraps, but we hear it is rumored to be heading to Mexico City. More details are yet to come. I have a special guest here with me today to talk about the Mexican-American War. His name is Zachary Taylor. So tell me, General Taylor, where did you grow up?
Orange County, Virginia, but I moved to Louisville, Kentucky.
What made you want to join the military?
From an early age, I knew how to ride a horse and use my musket. I became a first lieutenant in the Army in 1808.
I hear you own a plantation. Tell me more about that.
I own two, a 2,000-acre plantation with almost 100 Negroes in Baton Rouge and a second one in Mississippi.
How is the war coming along?
It's like any war. It's tough and my men are tired, but I have faith in them. They're good soldiers and they don't let me down. They know better. Them Mexicans aren't taking this win. We are quick and efficient.
How are you coping with the tragic death of your men?
I never want to lose a man. We stick together and hold our own. But that's the sad price of war.
How did it all start?
They came over to the river, the Rio Grande. They said it was their land. We ran them off, but they came back, and we warned them. Now we have a full-blown war. We went over the Rio Grande and took Montgomery.
Well, I hear they call you Old Rough and Ready.
Yeah, they do. We poke fun. They know I'm always ready for a fight. That's my nature.
Is it true that you prefer to wear a straw hat during the war?
Yeah, that came from my farming days. I find that it keeps the sun out of my eyes.
How do you feel about President Polk? What's the tea?
That man is an idiot. He took my best men and gave them to that Winfield fellow. Said that he needs them for defensive purposes. He needs to fire that Secretary of War, William L. Marcy. I'm thinking I'll continue south. They don't know what they are talking about. As for tea, I have no idea what you're talking about, little lady.
They're coming from the top! See? Well, folks, you heard it here first. This is from our man, Zach Taylor. Back to you, Angelina.
You're too happy.
Now cut to Jillian. with commentary on the Wilmot Proviso.
Here's today's commentary. Today we'll be discussing David Wilmot and his proposed Wilmot Proviso. Wilmot is a Democratic member of the United States House of Representatives. He proposed the Wilmot Proviso along with an appropriations bill to reimburse Mexico for the land that they had lost as a result of the Mexican-American War. This was created in response to President James Polk's request to Congress for $2 million to help him negotiate peace and settle the boundary with Mexico. This bill was also to prevent the expansion of slavery into the new territories, such as California. Lately, there has been a large-scale debate on the passing of both. The House of Representatives recently approved both, but the Senate delayed the debate of the bill. Results of the bill's approval are yet to be determined. Hopefully, there will be results soon. Many people from both the North and South have sent letters to our news station stating their own sides and stances on the Wilmot Proviso. As you can imagine, there are many disagreements as to how the divided nation feels about this. Now, the North and the South have always been prone to arguments over the nation, so this is no surprise to us. The Proviso has most definitely driven an even larger gap between the two sides as the issue of slavery comes into the picture. To summarize the Southern opinions, many people have stated that slavery should be legal throughout the entirety of the United States. However, an increasing number of Northerners generally believe that slavery should not be expanded. Some also oppose the idea of slavery on moral grounds. They've stated that African Americans should be treated equally. A few others that have written in have mentioned that they live in complete fear of the economic competition from those that own slaves in the South. Yikes. There has also been talk of letters from the South that may be published as protests to the Proviso. In one case, the Wilmot Proviso was described as abolition, aggressive, revolutionary, and subversive of the Constitution and its guarantees to slaveholding states. As we wait for news on a final decision, it is likely that more letters will come about to be added to the South's protest. Overall, the South and North have been driven apart even more over the controversy of the Wilmot Proviso. As time goes on, we'll be sure to keep you updated on the decision. Now back to the desk.
In this segment, let's remember all the Americans and Mexicans who lost their lives fighting over the Texas land. The parents who lost their son, all the wives who lost their husbands, the children who lost their fathers in the war. All the men who died should be remembered for the good that they did. Some of the families need support after all of this that had happened. If you want to donate to any of the families who lost people, go to your local church and donate. But also, let's take some time to praise one man who wanted to change America for the better. This was one of the men who decided that we shouldn't have slavery in every territory. Wilmot was one of the first to want no slavery in the rest of the Texas territories in America. It would have saved a lot of African Americans' lives. We aren't too sure if he was anti-slavery, but some people had assumed it. Thank you for watching Jenkins News Network. Tune in next week for some more news. Okay, I'm done. Rice. Rice. Yeah, it's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. I'm gonna go through the night. Hello, my name is Angela Despacito, and breaking news, everyone is a winner.
I do a lot of presentations,
Ladies?
so you want to.
TC Reese ain't nothing but a
Lasagna!
lasagna. TC Reese ain't nothing but a lasagna.
The video of Lily.
Oh, I thought you meant this.
Look, Lily, there's
I'm
snow.
really cold and sad because I'm cold.
Alright, now I'm going to. I'm sorry. I'm cold. Okay. Alright, we're ready. Is it true that you prefer to wear a straw hat? How. The plantation one? Okay.
Yeah. No better. Them Spanish are.
Can I say heck?
Yeah.
Can I say heck?
Yeah.
Yeehaw, cowboy! I'm terrified.
No, not that close. I have to pee.
Too close.
Not that